work, other iPhone person. So with y'all. Nigga, you in the studio back there. Alright, it's Peanut.
Let me be, before I release the pain. Set me free, set me free. That's what you need. You need somebody that got some bass. Let me be, let me be, let me be. Set me free, set me free, set me free. You can't hold me, nothing can stop me. You can't hold me, nothing can stop me. I'm gonna leave with me. Too long. They're strong. Oh, no. I'm where I belong. Belong. You can hold me, nothing can stop me. You can't hold me, nothing can stop me. All right.
As you can see, activate, no debating on the look of the season. Look left, look right, you know my shit is tied. I switch like this, I twist like that, the way I move, you fantasize when I walk into a room, you know I caught your eye, I'm bold, I'm original and classy and beautiful, so fabulous, so scandalous, cause when you're a model, everything is VIP. You will see it comes naturally. I'm a superman, baby. Won't you come close to me? You know you won't, baby.
We're gonna get started with that Kluger line. Send me some clues, bro. Get the models on.
Yo, nephew. What's going on with you, man?
I work hard to get this status. Exclusive backstage passes. Red carpet, fashion shows. Where this is, no one knows I'm strong and independent. Dudes are intimidating. This you never see. I'm stacking a lot of green. I'm living the best, flashy life. Girls want to get your cat fight. Round this world in private jets. That's the start. I'm not done yet. Cause when you're a model, everything is VIP. You will see it comes naturally. Yes, I'm a superman, baby. Won't you come close to me? You know you won't, baby. That makes no sense.
About to get started real soon. Appreciate y'all watching.
Let's not set you free. I want to thank you where for inviting me. I want to thank the band. Give it up for them for freestyling with me. Give it up for Kevin Frank for doing the recording. Now I want to thank everybody.
Kevin Frank, that's my man. I haven't seen him or spoke to him. That's what I was talking about before. I haven't. You know what? Sixers, sign her up. Sign her up. Sign her up, Sixers. You know what I mean? Trust the process. Trust the process.
All right. So here we go. All right, so what y'all want to start with? Starbucks cops, Bill Cosby.
I'm controversial, baby.
Matter of fact, you know what? We're going to start with Peanut. All right? Because Peanut is our special guest today. And
what's going on, brother?
What's going on with you?
No, all right.
Right.
so we're going to ask him, a couple questions so y'all at least know, who Peanut is. If you want to move to this one so people can, see you on this camera.
Okay. All right, we good.
All right, so, Peanut, what's up with you? What you do? Where you from? What you got going on?
First of all, I'm here from Philly.
Right.
I just want to get a special thanks to Persia Sound for allowing me on her show tonight.
Aww,
thank you for that.
Thank you so much for
really
even
appreciate
being here.
it. So,
I appreciate you being here too.
Yeah. So this become like my second family. So like now since I'm gonna be here a lot, whatever. But I'm from Philly, Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Official Peanut, OFFICL Peanut. Or y'all could, I got a couple pages, so y'all can look at me at DMP News, DMP Photography, number 4, or DMP Photography Abstract Films.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So is that all you do is photography?
I do photography, I do video, manage 2 artists, I do a little bit of everything.
Oh,
Okay.
snap. Well, who you managing then?
All right.
Well, I Leave the Greatest, and That Boy Alive.
That Boy Live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like 100
Right.
Days of Summer or The Weekend type of name.
Right.
That Boy Live. Well, who's That Boy Live? I mean, he's live. That boy, no, he is
Right.
live, but no, but that boy.
Following.
No, but
Catch
that
him,
boy
he
like that-
live right now. Like, catch him.
Exactly.
He was
That boy
definitely-
live
It's
right
like-
now.
Right.
It's like my name, 100 Days of Summer. 100 Days of Summer. Why has 100 Days of Summer? Like, you know what I mean? What, you ever heard about The Weekend? Yeah, I know about The Weekend.
What you doing this weekend?
Right? Exactly, right. It's like one of them names that just like really
Right.
like and you
It's
be going around
catchy.
and like
It's like it's gonna stick.
Right,
Stick
he's
with your
definitely
mind.
he's
It's gonna
definitely
stay
alive
with you.
though. He got
Yeah.
a lot of energy. He's alive. Like While Leave the Greatest is like more like the relaxed, calm artist.
Right.
Not too much energy, give energy, but Alive is like more so like he alive. He definitely is
get
alive.
that crowd into the
Yeah.
whole business.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
definitely need that. I remember when I used to first start out, and it was like, but now when I go to some of the shows, I'm like, wow, everybody's like, they got their energy up. Everybody's like really working on themselves.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
whereas before it was like you would go to the event, it was like maybe 1 or 2 people that stand out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now it's like, damn, everybody got kind of on point now. But I
Right.
think it's easier to get like better beats now and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I guess everybody's watching what other people are doing too. So,
So that they can learn. And be able to build on their product.
Exactly.
And be able to collaborate and network with other individuals and help their product be more of a brandable, a moldable brand, or a more attractive brand.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So that's definitely a good thing. So how did you get started out in photography anyway?
I got started out photography like a couple years ago. I'm gonna say like 5 years ago. I was like, at first I started out doing video. Then I was like, you know what? Let me just start taking pictures.
Okay.
So I got more into it. I was like, let me buy some cameras. Let me start playing around with, I was doing a little bit of graphics, and I was like, graphics not for me. I could do it, but it's not for me. So let me just take some pictures. Pictures is artwork. So
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and adding the graphics to it make it even more artsier.
Yeah.
So,
like the 3-dimensional graphics, like I can't do that. Like sit there to get that picture at that. Like,
you don't have the patience. I'm the same way.
I don't got the patience. So
Yeah.
me just taking a picture, I can look at the picture and be like, all right, let's take it again, and I can know which ones that I want to use.
Right.
Yeah.
So I could take 1,000 pictures and be like, out of these 1,000 pictures, let me use 15 of them.
Right.
Because I know this is going to be the 15 best pictures that I want to use. I like this.
Yeah.
Right. The tedious process of being able to find that perfect moment.
Right.
Got it. Boom.
Right.
Yeah, my dad used to do that. He was a cut and paste man.
Right.
So he used to go through everything piece by piece and find that perfect little section and then tie it into another little section, and then it'd be like this perfect little collage. Almost looked like I mean, it was just a work of art.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
So I
crazy. And
feel
you can check out his work on my Instagram mainly. I think it must have shared to my Facebook, which I usually do. So you can check it out. You can see some of his his styling. I took a picture with he's got like 17 names, so I don't know what to call him, but I think you have it up there. His Uncle and I.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like
DMP Photography,
Yeah.
number 4. It's on a lot of pages. It's all over Instagram.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can check it out. He did a good job, you know what I mean? It was like a last minute thing, so I
Right.
honestly wasn't even ready for that,
Right.
honestly. You know what I mean? So, other than that, that's pretty much cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump right into, I guess, Cosby. And exactly.
Oh, man.
We're gonna jump right into the controversies.
Yes, I mean everybody's just basically coming at this man's neck. And, he's pretty much sold his soul to the devil, and he's coming to take everything back.
Right.
I mean, this man is getting everything ripped from him. He had a doctorate from Temple. Any accolades that he's ever gotten.
He had a lot of I know he had a billboard. They ripped that down. He had a
But a billboard for what though?
They just had his picture up there. They had a mural. They painted over it.
Mural. Oh,
Right in Rocks. In fact, right on Ridge Avenue. They painted over it.
Wow.
Ew, that's
Yeah.
ugly. That's
Yeah.
ugly.
A lot of murals everywhere. They took them all down.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And the thing is that if this is a conspiracy, this is the most elaborate fucking conspiracy possible. And how can you get this so many women to co-sign? But being a woman from this Me Too movement, I totally understand. Men in power and what they do, because I've been through that and I've had some situations. So it's hard to swallow because, yes, Bill Cosby was everybody's fucking TV dad. And you don't want to believe that a man with, so good can do something like this.
A do-gooder.
Yeah, a do-gooder or somebody that stands
Be
for something.
accused of such a heinous crime.
Yeah.
And it comes to fruition or to surface over 40 years later.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, in my opinion, I just need to know what really happened. Did it really happen? And why is it so many people taking advantage of the times right now to come forward when, as far as I can remember, I grew up in the 80s. I mean, I'm a 70s baby that grew up in the 80s. Everybody was partying.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing whatever they needed to do. You was coming from all over the daggone world and giving your life to the person that said, "You want a job? Jump on my knob."
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sorry to say it that way, but it's the real.
Yeah,
It's the real.
it became like just commonplace, and it became the norm. And you have to remember, some chicks is already down for that anyway.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what kind of messes it up for somebody that's straight up and down. Or you could just be stupid young girl, which I've been a couple times, and you just get yourself caught up. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true. That
And
happens.
especially if you say no, as you know, sometimes like they invite you over, and they always do it nice because you're young. They say no, they ain't gonna come straight out and tell you. They're not gonna say this is what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then on top of that, when they be like, "Why you going to his house?" or whatever like that, and it's like, but he actually had a room and a place in his house where he would actually do the auditions. So it wasn't like this is like. And a lot of people run their business. I mean, people got studios in their house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some big name people. I'm not gonna name them, but just because you go to somebody's house doesn't mean that's automatically you're supposed to
What
just
is
give up the
supposed
fucking
to
pussy.
happen?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I can dig it.
So you can't just be assuming something like that, you know, with these people.
Thank
And
you,
definitely a lot of, really, got a lot of some really top people with known labels
you.
and everything. They got their studios and their offices in their basement, or
Okay.
maybe a little house on the side of their place.
But all right, so facts. If you go back, if you remember the video that came out, I think it was one of the Jay-Z tours. It was a video about the backstage, everything that was going on.
I never seen that
in
one,
the
but, okay.
backstage on some real, and it was like, yo, they was like popping and down and doing whatever just to be associated with those particular acts.
Yeah.
So you had everything going on back there, but nobody said, "Oh my God, I was violated."
Yes.
Most of that was volunteer.
Yeah, because
You know
they're
what I mean?
groupies, but they know what it is.
Right, and then you go back to the '80s metal or the rock. Oh my God,
They was doing all
that
types
was
of
they
stuff.
made movies off of that.
Yeah,
It was
right,
like, yo,
yeah.
this chick is like, this is what I do. This is how I get down.
Yeah.
And I'm about to be famous. My name is in the Billboard. Why? Because he knows me.
Right.
He
They
knows
was-
what I did for
They was
him.
doing everything. They popping pills, sniffing cocaine,
Man, partying
putting stuff in
hard.
their drinks. They was, like I said, they back in the day they felt like that was the right thing to do. You know, I want to do that. I want to be cool, and I want to be a part of that. So that type of,
Yeah,
that type of lifestyle. like,
attention.
yeah, I want
But
that
it's one
attention.
thing to be a groupie, which they already know what they're getting in for.
They know they planned it.
I mean,
pretty much.
even the R. Kelly, because they're trying to come at R. Kelly.
R.
it's-
Kelly, that's a different situation.
Oh, man.
You know,
I'm sorry.
It is.
I'm sorry.
No, I know it is. But listen, but I'm just trying to co-sign what you're saying. Whereas, he one of the guys on the documentary, because he has a documentary that came out. BCC UK did it. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. It came out, and I watched. It was only like an hour, and basically they were sitting up there talking about the one dude. He was like, "Listen," he's like, "You never saw him do anything with these chicks." But he like young chicks. He was like, one
Right.
time I was in the studio, because this is the engineer talking, and he's like, I had to keep, because he had these chicks just sitting there in their drawers, and that's where feeling on your booty came from. And he just got in there, and he was using them as inspiration, and they was just leaned over it, and he was like writing while he was looking at their ass. Then got up in the booth, started freestyling. He's like, this dude is a machine. But he was like, he was like one time they brought these chicks up here, and he's like, I came out in the hallway or something, and the girls getting ran a train on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like some of like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then also it was how
Facts.
it was how they said R. Kelly was going after the chicks. He was going and hanging out at McDonald's and the burger shops, trying to pick up these girls from the high school that he went to. So it's a bit predatory. It's not like these chicks ran up to you and said,
Right.
I'm going to give you some ass.
Right.
You specifically picked on weak young girls with stars in their eyes when you approach.
Right.
So that's
Right.
so, and you are the elder, and then even one of the dudes that was back. I mean, you got to watch this shit. Even one of the dudes, I must be tour manager, whatever. He was trying to be loyal, but he was giving up the tapes. He was like, so they kept asking the question. He was like, well, I check them. I say, if I see somebody that's too young, I say, show me your ID or whatever. And if they're 16, they get out of here, But, I mean, he likes the young girls. It's like a known fact that he likes the young girls. And for him, he's like, you talk to him.
That's dirty.
He's like, booty is booty. If you see a chick with a fat booty, then that's just what he wants. Then these other girls are coming out talking about that they were with him. He's very controlling, which I've seen that. And these motherfuckers will be the nicest. I've been there.
Okay.
Nicest. And they're controlling. They freak out in private where nobody sees this shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I'm like, ugh. You don't want to believe it only because of his body of work.
Right.
Which has been so impactful on so many different people. But at the end of the day, you better get your phone. But at the end of the day, you know, he's corrupt.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's a crazy situation, but I've been there, I've seen it, and to have this happen, you don't want to believe it, but to a certain extent, you have 40 women on a New Yorker. And this is the thing. When you are somebody that has this happen to you, you don't want to come out. Especially if you're the only one, because now it's like, why you? No, don't come out. Don't say that. Are you sure? Well, you did get drunk. Well, you did go to the house. Well, you did.
You know
I mean,
what?
did you just know?
And that's very true. But the truth lies within the beholder, within the eyes of that beholder. You know what I'm saying? And you'll never know what really went down. Not to say that the victims. No, we're not supposed to victimize the victim because honestly, in all reality, wrong is wrong. However you look at it, you put your hand in the fire, it's wrong. You know what I mean? You get burned, period.
Right.
But that goes for the victim too. You put yourself in a position in harm's way to say, all right, I'm going to go ahead and party and think nothing is going to happen to me. First of all, rules on the street is watch your back, protect your back. Rules on the street, straight up. And that's just the first law of humanity. Like,
But when you're young,
you know,
naive,
the laws of preservation. Like,
yeah, but when most of these chicks, when this stuff happened, was like under 25.
Right.
That means that they're trying to come up there. I know, but I'm telling you,
I mean, under
you
25,
there and you're
still accountable for the stuff that you do. If you say, all right, I want to get high. I just want to get high, and that's all I want to do.
Then you gonna want to get
Then
high.
you like,
Then you gonna get high because you think that
it's all right.
it's okay. And nowadays it's the trend. Everybody think that, oh yeah, listen, I'm gonna smoke K2, I'm gonna sniff some coke, I'm gonna smoke crack.
I'm going to do everything, but
I
I
know.
don't want nothing to happen to me. Oh, my God.
Right.
Wait a minute. First of all, if you're getting high, you're chasing after something.
Right, yeah.
High in itself attacks your libido.
Right.
Your libido makes you horny.
Right.
It makes you want
You wanna
something.
have sex.
well, not a Quaalude. That shit passes you the fuck out.
Quaaludes. Now, Quaaludes.
Yeah.
Yo.
Well, I never did it, but they said they were. I had some old heads telling me they was like, listen, you know, it was if you could make it past not falling
Mickey's.
asleep, you actually would be on a nice floating high.
All
So
right. It's something to be given a Mickey.
Oh,
Now, that's
man.
wrong, dog. Like, no. Now,
But that's what I'm saying.
Now, that ain't the victim's fault. Right there.
we
ain't
got,
the victim's
okay,
fault.
and that's what I'm saying.
Because you don't know what's being slipped to you. But then, should you be doing it in the first place?
But they weren't doing it because they were giving coffee or they're giving something,
And the Quaalude
Something.
and they didn't know. So, and the next thing you know, you passed the fuck out, like.
Yeah.
And you in and out like you don't know what the fuck is
Alright,
going. You got
alright.
this, and you can't even fucking move. You like, what the fuck is
You know
going
what?
on? Or you wake up and you got no
Right.
fucking clothes on. You like, what the?
What
I know
is going on,
My pussy
Bill?
wet. I feel wide the fuck
Why
open.
am I here, Bill?
Exactly.
Come on, he's Cliff Huxtable.
What
Come
the
on,
fuck
man.
did you do?
Why the hell am I right here?
Exactly.
I'm like, I feel air on my butt. I should not be feeling air on my butt. Like, what's going on? Where's my bra?
And that's the thing. And so, for me, he does seem like that's what he's into. Because then they also had a chick that said, listen, I was down to suck 10 dicks in a night. But that motherfucker gave me, I'm serious. She said, she was on CNN and she was like, listen, I was down for all that shit. I like the fuck. But for some reason, he gave me something.
You know
and
what?
I did not ask for that. And that was the one, like, I don't even get high. She's like, my sex was an addiction for me.
Okay.
So then
look.
now you're getting so many different, and then on top of it, then maybe he just fuck with people's careers. Now I'm gonna just come out and say you did it just because you made my life the fuck hard. Now see, the lucky
That's
thing
crazy.
is right now
That's
you have
possible.
the internet, you have other avenues, but trust me, on my life. All of that shit, they were the gatekeepers, and if you did not make it past them, you were not going to
Gonna
be
get
who
in.
you
That's
wanted
true.
to be.
Right.
Who
Well,
you
I
wanted
mean,
to be. That's why a lot of people fell off. You'd be like, where did it happen? Probably she ain't sucking up dick or the right dick. You know what I'm saying? You got Marilyn
She
Monroe.
wasn't good at what she did.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
was not dedicated to her job.
Yeah, exactly. And the things that, and you got to realize, because I've been in a situation like that where they'll put you on a platform, but at home, you they fucking slave.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah.
They want to treat you like anything, and every time they're
Truth.
trying to hold it over
Truth.
you and keep
That's what I
you,
be saying about
and keep
these
you the
rappers.
fuck there.
If I be saying about these rappers, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get on. Hey, if you gonna go suck somebody's dick or whatever, you gonna fuck to get some bread to get famous. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But at the end of the day, it's like
You got to live with that, bro.
you gotta live with that for
You
the
got
rest
to live
of
with
your
that.
life.
Is that
the rest
I mean,
of your life. You gotta wake
like,
up every morning
but
and say, I
then
just did that.
that's going back to, or that's going to rather, what is the price of success? What's the price of your networking circle? What is that price? What, like, do you have to really sell yourself to another person? Do you really have to do that
You
to
don't.
get on?
Right? Yeah.
Or can you take control of your own, like, destiny, figure things out, network with the right people that network with you, that are, you know, got the right mindset,
The thing is, a lot of
and
people.
make it pop.
I think I'll tell you, because I learned the hard way with a lot of this stuff. So, you know, sometimes you may know, sometimes you don't. Like I said, this is a different time now because anybody with a phone can pretty
do
do what they
anything.
do. You
That's
interesting
true.
enough, you make
Yeah.
something funny, or whatever it might be,
Right.
you're going to be found. But
Right.
the thing is, at that time, the only way to get in was through those people.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And Marilyn Monroe was like the most successful
Oh,
hoe, as they say.
what?
You know what I
She
mean?
was a starter.
But she, but when you look at her history, because I watched a couple documentaries on her history.
She never complained. That was her boo. Keep it real. Straight up, she had Joe DiMaggio. She had,
But you know why they broke her? You know why she had to get? Why they got divorced, right?
who, her and Joe?
Because she was fucking half the studio, and they was like, "She is
That's
ours.
how she got on.
That she's ours, and we're
And
not."
she's an icon for it.
Right.
yeah, but
She's like,
but think about it. That probably
she
was.
does Betty Boop.
But listen,
like, come
no,
on now.
but listen, the
This
thing
your
is that
whole icon,
she's
yo.
an icon because she probably was the only one that was that open at the time. Now when you got everybody fucking,
True.
not only that, you
That's
got to
true.
have savvy and pussy control.
Hold
like
on, wait a
that's
minute.
too
I can
much
think
because
of one
everybody's
other
willing to
woman.
do it.
Right.
There's
And even
one-
if you're not really willing, because sometimes you feel it was like that's that's the reason why I was like I ain't really trying to get signed. It's like, you know, unless it just works well or something like that, I'm open. But
Right.
the thing is, I've been in situations where you know that they're gonna always hold it over you,
Right.
Right.
because these people are in the game just for
So,
power
right.
alone,
Right,
just
right.
to fuck
Yeah.
up people's
You,
shit.
you like,
Right,
I gotta
right,
mess
right.
with this person just for this part. I gotta get this. I want to play Harriet this. I want to play that.
No, but
go-
sometimes
Yeah.
that's not the mindset. You
Yeah.
you say I want to be famous. I want to be on a big
Right,
screen. I
right.
want prime example. I was 19.
Right.
No name niggas or whatever.
Yeah, man.
So
She said no name.
no, they were. But that's why I got into salsa dancing. So I'm sitting up there because I had that happen to me a couple times. So I'm sitting there, and it was like a play or whatever. Mind you, they doing this to me. They don't even have no power or control to even put me in this shit.
What?
Right? So he's sitting there. I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, how bad do you want it? I really want it. I've been practicing so hard. You know, I've been dancing. I got my songs together. I got this. I got that. Yeah, okay, well, cool, because, you know, everybody want to do this. So what's so special about you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Then you sit there, well, I got a big smile. Every time I walk in the room, everybody likes me. Even before I even knew that I wanted to do this, everybody would tell me that I should be doing this or whatever like that. So I think that, and I'm just sitting there, and after about the 6th time that the motherfucker asked me, how badly do you want it, and got close up to me on
Damn.
my face, like, so, but really, how bad do you want it?
Shoo.
And when he did that, I was like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
you know what? I think maybe I'm gonna go back to dance. I'm gonna do salsa dance. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? I don't think I really
I'm
wanted
good.
that bad.
This
And
ain't
then
for
what?
me.
What
Nah,
if I
bro.
was like, yeah, I wanted that bad. I ended
Right.
up doing it, and then because I found out after the fact, because it was through a mutual friend, because she was a part of it, and then they was it, whatever. Mutual friend that I realized she was like, no, they don't even. They just the fucking actors in the shit. They can't do nothing. So I would have been sitting up here sucking dick for motherfuckers that couldn't even do shit for me.
Wow.
So that's how crazy it is. I can give you stories. I'm not want to unleash all of my life, but trust me, this shit goes the fuck down. And when you don't sit up here and do shit for motherfuckers, the first thing they want to do, she difficult.
Right.
She ain't
Oh,
about
yeah, they'll
that.
drag your name in the mud because you ain't do
They'll hold your
what
music.
they was expecting you to do.
Exactly. They'll hold
Yeah.
your music.
Yeah.
They the ones with the network, so then they're going to try to keep you out of it because at the end of the day, they don't want to see you successful.
Yeah, that's why, again, you got to change the face of your network.
Right.
Change the face of your network.
Yeah,
Change
keep
your
it
team.
moving.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Because you got people making moves that don't need that.
Exactly.
They don't even want that. They got that. They like, yo, I got a wife, dog. I'm happy with my wife,
I
dog.
remember, listen,
Like,
you know
period.
what was,
Ain't nothing.
you know
Like,
what, you know
I
what's,
don't need that.
That's
dog.
true.
Let's start building. Let's make some bread.
and you know what the funny thing is? One time I was in the studio
Master
with
P,
a dude,
shout out.
right? And I thought, and I was like, you act like I'm trying to fuck you, but I guess he get that so much. He was like, well, you know, I got my wife and I got a baby. She had a baby, whatever. And I said, all right, great. After about the third time he said, I'm like, dude, I ain't nobody trying to come at you like that. But that happens on the other end because if he is prominent like he is, you got chicks that want to do that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you like at a catch-22 because then you got chicks that want to do that and you just really want to do your art.
But
Right.
the ones that want to do it, they don't even want to do it to the ones that want to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
They want the ones that's playing hard to get.
Because then that's a whole thing. But that's a power
That
thing because
turn them
now,
on.
because that's a power thing. They don't want nothing
to
easy.
get the ungettable.
But
to
then
get the ungettable, it's almost like a. I'm not saying it to be funny, but it's almost like the nerd playing karmic law. Look what I got.
Yeah.
In high school, you wouldn't look at me twice, but now
You know.
I've got a brick right here, a stack right here. It's got your name on it. What you gonna do?
Exactly.
And what these girls do, they look
Stack
at this
of money
brick like,
right here.
this is my brick.
Yeah.
Right, I got the chance.
I'm gonna take it
Yeah.
I got a chance at
and
this.
go right for it.
So,
Now, Bill Cosby, bruh.
Yeah, bring it back to Bill because
Bruh.
now this is the thing. Since it was mostly white women, I'm just thinking,
Bruh.
you know,
I mean, black women, I love y'all. Y'all my heart. But I love the strength in y'all, too. Y'all don't... If it goes down, you going to punch him in his mouth before you start saying, you know what, I'm going to drag his ass in the mud right now. And it's got to take. That's
But
got to take it.
no,
there.
but
You gotta
hold
take
on.
it
But
there.
some of these, because I read the case or whatever, and I read it was like probably read at least 30 of the cases. Some of them's like, all right, bitch, like you really did like go up to his hotel room, like you know what I mean? I
Said,
can't.
Bill,
Yeah,
I'm down.
yeah. You know, it's like Mike Tyson. You go to somebody's
Yeah.
room at 12 midnight
Yes.
or whatever. So, but
And you
that's-
don't expect nothing.
you know, but I'm telling you, I have been dumb, so
Oh, wow.
I can't do that. But
Poor Bill, man.
yeah, but listen, some of them was like the when the model chick, I forgot what her name was, the black model, because you know when she was like, because I had to go to his house for something, or you know, because I think his thing is read a script with me, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And so she went over there and she was like, he offered her coffee. And then she said she took like 1 or 2 sips, and then she said automatically she just felt a certain way, and then she ran out. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
wow.
And I don't think she would have any fucking reason to lie because this woman has built an empire. You see what I'm saying? So she don't have no reason to do that. Now the other women, you know, but their careers got crushed for one reason or another. But then on top of that, some of them were paid. And that's what I said. I said, he stopped paying these bitches. As soon as it came out, I was like, he stopped paying some fucking body. I don't even think it's an NBC. Some of
That
the
makes
chicks,
sense.
he stopped, oh, I ain't getting my checks no more, motherfucker. Like, yeah, I'm about to put your ass on blast. And then, you know, that might be the other half of the story. The other things that might have happened with them, and you got to remember, this is a time, 60s, 70s. You're a white woman. And then you said you had black dick in you? Oh, no.
That was a big taboo.
You rather just try
That
to
was a
get
big
past
taboo.
this whole situation.
You want to forget about it first?
Yeah. Exactly.
Still remember it. Keep it in the back of your head.
Yeah. At least I was knocked
That's
out.
your
I don't
ace in
remember
the
it.
hole if you need it.
Exactly.
Oh, he big.
Yeah, exactly. So that was part of it, too. And you have to remember, I'm sure, because the way that they operate, and by him being the only black man and doing what he was doing,
Right.
yeah, any chick try to come out. There was another chick where they was like, yeah, Cosby wants you to come to his room, but they were on set. his little green room or something.
Right.
So you go over there, oh God, and you have to remember, you're like, wow, Big Cosby, like what the fuck, you know what I mean? And then she came back and she was like, I went in there and he either tried to go for a kiss at me or something went down, and she didn't do it.
Wow.
And then she came out, she was like, and after that they took my whole scene away, and after that I couldn't get a job. Period.
Here's something that's baffling though, and it's a little side note, but it's still relative. While all of this is possibly going down, what was Camille doing the whole time?
His wife?
I don't think that bitch gave a fuck. Now, she told her side of the story. She said this. She said at a time where women really weren't educated, she was overeducated and nobody wanted her. So then what she ended up doing is Bill, she was like, Bill was the only one that really wanted me.
Right.
And he got married, so she had a level of loyalty towards him. Plus, on top of that, a lot of times when you in that gang, you know motherfuckers is cheating. So she knows he fucking. It's like Hillary knew Clinton was fucking. But at the end of the day, you like, all right, cool.
True.
You know, this lifestyle. Same thing with R. Kelly. They come out and they talk about he's abusive and everything, but sometimes you be like, I could deal with this abuse from a rich motherfucker or a broke ass nigga. I think I'm gonna deal with this lifestyle. And see, with controlling predators like that, that's what they do.
Right.
And then especially when you I'm telling you, when you're young, you're very moldable, you're open. Cause I've been there.
Right.
And when you meet with these monsters,
that's true.
They fucking take advantage of you. Okay?
Crazy.
Wow.
So whatever. Anyway.
So it's basically safe to say that animal nature and sexuality is carnivorous. Carnivorous. I'll say carnivorous. Why? Because you have a greed and a lust for the flesh.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Carnivorous.
I feel like them women knew what they was getting themselves into.
I know they did.
I don't think they did.
I know that. Not all of them. Not all.
I don't think. Not all of them.
Not all.
Some of them did.
But you know what? Last point on Bill.
Yeah, because we're gonna go into Kanye.
My thing is, you sitting there, you on top of your world. Your empire is built. But then you got homies out there all up in your ear. Yo, Bill, you know, if you want to do this, that, and the other, all you need to do is this. And you can get whatever you want. You don't even got to ask. You ain't got to worry about this, that, and the other. Yo, try these. They just as bad as the pimp and the drug dealer as the man that actually did the crime.
And I'm going to be real.
If not worse, because really, if you big like that, do you really need those pills to get these girls?
But it might be a sickness for him. He probably enjoys having a bitch laid the fuck out, and he can do anything he wants.
And that's rape.
That's the whole.
That's rape. That's rape, pure and sure.
But I don't agree with. But you have to. But that's a sickness. I mean, there's people that like fucking dead bodies. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
real talk.
People got some weird shit. And I'm sorry, I've been around some people that when they get money and absolute power. I was reading up on stuff just saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Right.
Absolute notoriety corrupts absolutely.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when it's power, you walk through the fucking
corrupt.
room and motherfuckers, oh my God. Now what happens is now everybody's easy. So now you don't want easy. You want something that is different.
Right.
Or you have full control over or whatever the fuck you're into. Obviously. And I think it probably just started out where, everybody 60s, 70s, that's when the drugs started happening. So everybody just doing that and they're free love, whatever.
Right.
Then after a while, then I was reading one of the accounts. She was like, this motherfucker pulled out a box. It was like, pick a pill. I was like, what?
Damn.
Just pick a pill. And then you admit that you actually were buying this shit.
That shit crazy.
You admitted that you bought this shit so that because that's what they supposedly liked. So it's so much that went on. And listen, that's not even a bad thing because you got this chick you want her. It's guys that do this. She was like, I want some coke. And you know that's probably the only reason why she's fucking you. I've seen pretty bitches strung the fuck out.
Yeah,
exactly. Y'all know exactly.
If you bring some, you get some.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it
pay
like
to play, but it don't gotta be money. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Red flag.
So, but,
You don't know what's going on with this chick. That's nah, dog.
but yeah, so
You can't kick it, watch a movie and chill.
yeah. So the thing is that with each one of these women, if you don't know that this is happening to other women, you don't want to be the first and only.
Right.
You're going to try to make it yourself.
Okay. So that's gonna. I'm in awe and full support over the women's movement, and women's lib. Thinking about shout out to my mom. Mom's Day is coming up, Lord. Thank you for giving me the time that I spent with my mom. God rest her soul. But my mom was one of the staunch women's lib type individual. So when it comes down to anything happen to women or sisters, boy,
Right.
you better already know it. She was right now. She'd be on Bill Cosby's case and then running a rally yo, dog, that boy's off. And it'll just be that real that it's important that women continue to stand up for their rights, and men need to man up and stop boying up. You don't need extracurricular activities or things just to land you a beautiful woman. Really? In my most humble opinion and in my experience, the quickest way to a woman's heart,
Feeding.
leader. I said leader. Listen to her. Listen to her.
Come on then.
If you listen to her, you already got half the battle won.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true. And be there for her.
I said leader.
Because I think that's the main thing. Guess we got a superstar that walked up in the building. We got Derek voicing. And Latif that came up in this bitch. That's what I'm talking about.
bro?
Thank you so much for the love, guys. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of music on so we can situate up in here.
Getting ready for a transition on my people.
Yeah,
Shout
we
out to
getting a
Ashley
little
Super. Reg
transition.
does it.
Going on here. all
Ali
right?
Richardson. Pranay, my mizzen. David Yu. What's going on, brother? Thanks for chiming in, y'all.
I'll pull some chairs up for you. Good. Thank you for coming out. This is my last show.
For a month at least. Putting in some music.
You need it?
I have no idea, brother. I have no idea if they doing drilling or what.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
That's what it sounds like. Something like they drilling this joint. All right, cheers.
All right, see.
Andrew, thanks for chiming in. Kira, thank you. Thank you very much.
Move that chair over. Sit here. Next to me.
Nephew. My nephew from California is chimed in.
Did you want something?
Sure.
I don't have no ice in mine,
Beggars can't be choosy, right? What do you do, man? What do you do?
Photography, video, manage two artists.
Yeah. Familiar with that world, so I know it's just a constant.
Keeping myself busy.
I sure do. I got with me.
Oh, you came too. We got a full house tonight. Did you want some? I don't want it. Oh, we got another hour and a half. Okay. You want to stay? Or you? Okay.
I'm chilling for like a half. And then I got a booking.
Okay. We're done at 11:30. I'm good. Thank you. I didn't know you was gonna come. So.
Yeah, he called me at the last second.
No, it's fine. All right.
It's like I'm 19 minutes away. I didn't know where he was. I was like, well, look, meet me halfway.
Yeah, they got to be doing some construction over there. How you doing, bro? Josh.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you, bro.
You called me up. It was the look on your face that got me. I was like, yeah, they out. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready. Oh, shit.
How long was you outside?
Well, I was in there looking at the studio.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
checking stuff out.
All right.
I looked up. He's like, where you go?
It's cool. So we'll just be, sharing.
What y'all talking about so far?
We just got off a bill, so we're about to do Kanye. I know y'all missed that one, right? I mean, if y'all got a couple things y'all want to say, but y'all probably just reiterate what we let's talk about Bill.
He had a radio thing yesterday, and that's all we talked about.
Oh,
So
okay,
I kind of already had an idea what topics might be sizzling.
What y'all had to say about that thing, man?
I thought you said you was going to talk about Kanye. I got something to say about that.
No, we talk about Kanye.
About to go to Kanye
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
going to Kanye.
I had to ask him after we left. I said, what the hell did he do?
You don't want to drink, right?
This
You wanna
week,
drink?
this week I've been working like crazy hours. I ain't go home like 4 days out of the week. I'm sleeping in the office and shit.
When I come home late, I don't even try to get in the house. I go in the car because I gotta get right back up in like 2-3 hours.
That's what I'm saying. The turnaround. Even if I got an Uber home, it's like
All right, just to let you guys know, you can get on my Facebook page, and that's the link to the live. Like I said, I don't have a lot of people on my live. That's why I was trying to do this Facebook. But
we can
You
do
want me to
it.
just go off of your live?
if you want, yeah.
Alright.
So go to your.
So if you guys go to my Facebook, let me see if I can tag y'all.
All right, family, my phone's gonna die soon. I do apologize.
Is it on the Persia John or is it the Persia or Marquita one?
I think it's on Persian too.
I'll share your joint and I'll put mine
Help
on.
me out here, real.
I'll share yours and then I'll put mine on.
what?
Yeah.
I say,
It's YouTube Live,
Where's
not
the link
Facebook
at?
Live.
Oh, it's YouTube Live.
Yeah,
Alright.
on Facebook,
Go down.
I would, by this time, I
Boom.
probably have like at least minimum.
Mine is through your
Trying
Persia
to
sounds
get
or
down, hit me up.
No.
We can talk about, your projects, talk about what you into,
Like you,
what
if you
you
go to
doing.
Marquetta Phillips,
that one.
yeah, and then you can just
Work,
reshare
whatever
from
it is,
there.
you down,
Okay.
politics, we talk about it all. What's happening in your love life, we get in it. So, a month from now,
oh yeah, we already on there.
ABM 101, trying to get in there.
Send that to me.
Go to her page.
Just on the Marquetta. Did I get it right?
Yeah, it's just say live.
Okay.
Does it say live?
Let me make sure Wi-Fi picked up. That's why. I hate that. I'm wondering like, what's going on?
But if you share it on your page, so people, if they can get on and chime in.
Just Wimbria. Welcome, welcome, Just Wimbria.
All right, we still something. We're gonna do one more song, and then after that,
We're about to get it in.
we're about to get it in. All right.
Kanye!
But
You coming.
Kanye coming up next.
Chopping nuts. I mean,
Is this the right page?
Yeah, yeah. Hold up. Yeah, that's it.
head hunters,
Here's
baby.
my vibe. Whatever I click. Keep going.
That's that Persia original right there.
Is this
Great.
Are you sure it's the right page?
Are they looking? We looking at us?
No,
It's looking at you.
This one.
Yeah. What? You see something? Oh yeah, share.
Captivating, no debate, I'm a look of the season. Look
Right, what you want to write on your beat? Right, whatever you want to write on your beat.
I shake my hips, I twist like this, the way I move, you fantasize when I walk into a room, you know, I caught your eye, I'm bold, I'm original, I'm classy, and beautiful, so fabulous, but scandalous, 'cause when you're on mine, everything is VIP, you will see it comes naturally. I'm a sober mom, baby. Won't you come close to me? You know you want me, baby. And listen, I'll set you free. I'm a sober mom, baby. Look at the paparazzi. You know you want me, baby. And listen, I'll set you free. I worked hard to keep this status. Exclusive backstage passes. Red carpet, fashion shows. Where this ends, no one knows. I'm strong and independent. Dudes are intimidating. Gifts you never seen. I'm stacking a lot of green. I'm living the fast, flashy life. Girls want to get catfights. Learn the world and private jets. That's the start.
I cared.
I'm not done yet. Next step is
On there?
business mode. 'Cause when you know I'm mine.
Some still come up saying it.
You will see it seems natural.
Oh, there we go.
I'm a sober mom, baby. Won't you come close to me?
The leg.
You know you want it, baby. Now listen, I'll set you free. I'm a sober mom, baby. Look at the paparazzi. You know you want it, baby. Now listen, I'll set you free.
I look tired as hell, dog. She didn't tell me this was the last show, I wasn't king. I said she didn't tell me it was the last show, I wasn't coming.
Right.
That's what you know if you ain't tell me this was your last show.
Yeah, that's
I'll
why
be in the
I was
house.
inviting everybody. Well,
Well, yeah, I got
I'll tell you afterwards. Why.
D Brown, man. Again. Doctor. They almost got out. So the chief died. You remember? He was like, "We need your help, doctor." I know, right? That's classic. Spies like us, all them Joes.
So if you want to move around so you can get in here.
There we go.
Peanut, we missing you, brother.
I don't know if you're going to get good teeth, but every now and then just try to chime in on this, okay?
Chime in.
All right. They going to see you anyway. All right. So I was going to think, let's try it again. Okay, let's back up. Don't mess up. No.
Come on, baby. Come on, you need it. You need our love.
All right, so you back on. Okay. All right, so now we kind of set up. And, you guys watching the live, you saw, we was trying to get all the chairs and everything together. But right now we're going to move on to talk about Kanye.
I got it.
So I know you got what you want to say.
I mean, I don't have to start it off. I feel like I got a different opinion from most people based on what I said in the thing. Not a different opinion, but an interesting perspective. I like to think so. Anyway. But I'll let everybody else go. I'll go last or in the middle or something.
Oh no, you can start it off. It's cool.
Yeah,
it
come on,
ain't
now,
even
Tim,
like
the
All right.
door's open.
you know all the stuff that's
Where do you
going
want to
on.
begin?
Reach.
I know, right?
Where do we want to start?
Well,
with this?
already the Owens chick, he's trying to big her up. Now, I haven't had a chance to really study her yet, so I don't really
Wait,
understand.
who you talking about?
Well, I was talking about Kanye because he actually tweeted. This happened like two.
I thought you said something about chick. My bad. I
No,
misheard
she
you.
was a
Yeah,
chick.
Owens.
Owens. I forgot her
I
first
don't know.
name.
This is the
Okay,
first
all
time
right.
hearing
I'm
about
listening.
it.
I need
Yes.
to listen now.
So, all right.
All right.
All right, so what it is? What it is?
What the hell was you going to say?
I'm just trying to
about-
catch up because you said something about a chick and I ain't hear nothing about a chick. So I was like, wait, where's this part of the story?
Okay, so he made news briefly about this chick named Owens, which she kind of basically seems like a female, a black female version of Shapiro.
Okay.
That guy, he's always, he makes a lot of.
The lawyer?
Yeah.
No,
That's what I was thinking about.
not the lawyer. It's this. Fuck. See, y'all ain't got me all off the thing.
Shapiro, no.
Well,
holla.
no, well,
It's
no, 'cause
educators.
I gotta get his name again. So anyway, he they talk. If you're not into it, then you don't have it. So, but we're gonna talk about how the Crips is coming at him then. All right.
Okay.
Did y'all see
Oh,
that?
word?
No.
Oh my God!
Oh, man.
All
I
right.
didn't see that.
So you know what? I thought you was gonna have something to say.
No, go ahead. I have perspective on other things. You get other details.
All right, so
of it.
Daz Dillinger basically
Okay.
is coming at him saying that he wants the Crips to come to beat Kanye's ass.
Why?
Yes.
Because of what
Why?
exactly? Because people be mad at Kanye for a lot of things. So which exact thing
yeah.
are they mad at him about?
Basically riding Trump's dick.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well, in his defense, he is rich.
Well, what, Kanye or Trump?
Well, they both are.
Okay.
So birds of a feather flock together. I don't care what your skin color is.
But then,
However,
opportunism is always a factor when you go from one ship during one administration,
right?
and then you jump ship and go into another administration. So what you really saying about
But
yourself?
he never liked
You're
Obama
just as
though.
bad as those Quaaludes.
We just know he didn't like Bush.
Who, Kanye? Well, yeah, definitely.
That's all we know. That's, as far as political
no,
stance.
no, but
really.
even political stance with Obama, because he had a situation with that.
He did, but it wasn't as crazy as the Bush thing.
Well,
When
Obama called him
the
an
face,
asshole.
The look that Michael
Obama-
Myers gave that
You didn't
day.
He said that because of Taylor Swift, and Obama got
Yeah.
put in the corner because he had to
Yeah.
say the right thing.
Yeah.
Right.
That
His
wasn't.
stupidity got him that because
Barack,
he was right.
Barack kind of had to say that. They put him up against the. You know what I mean? Well, he didn't have to say nothing, to be honest. He just felt obligated to say something. I don't know why the president had no need to comment on the music show. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was a award show, like.
Yeah.
But for real, like,
just got- I mean-
no, he called him. He said he was acting like a knucklehead, asshole, whatever,
Yeah.
because he snatched the mic out of Taylor Swift's hand. That's the only reason Barack ain't saying. That was the only reason he spoke up and said that. But I think maybe like Michelle might have
But
made him say something.
don't forget the only person that kept Kanye in check was his mom.
Yeah.
When I seen a clip
True.
earlier today, he was
True.
talking about
Facts.
some deep stuff.
Facts.
And no matter what he's doing now, we can't take his intelligence away. He's not that stupid.
Yeah.
He's doing stupid things.
But
Weird stupid things, but
now, okay, so I was watching some footage about it earlier. So her name is Candace Owens. And basically, she is a conservative commentator. But she's real sharp. You know what I mean? Definitely somebody to listen to. But you could tell already she's using rhetoric to get people riled up. So the one clip, I was trying to find
That's
a
the
clip.
Wendy Williams effect.
Yeah, so in the one clip, she basically
Facts.
is like talking real fast and sharp. She's like, everybody keeps sitting up here using somebody else's history. So she was up front with something, and Black Lives Matter came to the event. So she was like, you guys are sitting up here using your past history, and you're going at it with more energy and fervor than your grandparents did when they were actually going through it. You know what I mean? This is a different time. I don't even sit up here while you keep sitting up here talking about oppression. Oh my God, I love oppression. Like, please, like, just like she literally said, she's like, I love oppression. Like, come on.
oppression.
I mean, you need to just stop. It's like that's how she talks.
That is some. Oh,
So I was sitting up there. I was like, oh my God, this shit.
that's
But
ignorant.
I'm always down to try. See, some people just take that, say, oh, fuck that bitch. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, why did she take that stance?
Okay.
Now, trying to look up some things about her, I came across, because YouTube now has like these little like 5-minute TV show things.
algorithms that pop up.
Yeah,
Right.
something, yeah.
Right.
So on the one, they had a black commentator. She was talking about Candace Owens. And she was like, basically, she's another conservative commentator. Now, from their perspective, they're like, everybody keeps trying to go along with this liberal shit. At the end of the day, that's really just trying to hold a lot of people back because it's dumbing down the masses. And
Slow
nobody
it
wants
down,
to work
man.
and get
Definitely
themselves to the next level. Now, and if they're saying if they take the conservative route, that black people will be in a better position. Now, to a certain extent, I get that because this is somewhat of a different time. But you couldn't say that shit in the 60s and 70s because we
No,
were
you
doing. That's why we had Wall Street and all of that.
Built
We
so
were
much
building.
for that comment to break it down.
But you know
Exactly.
what? It took a lot of sacrifice just for black people to be conservative. I mean, to be liberal. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't take a stance when you getting your head beat
From
in,
both sides.
or you getting a dog sicked on you. You know what I'm saying? Or you
Bruises.
being ran in by some random like dude, and then you strung up like strange food. So
And
I mean,
you got to remember,
like,
they the people that they were killing were the strongest men in the community.
And women. And babies.
And baby too, yeah. But definitely when you talk about the 40s, 50s, and 60s, it was mostly the educated. Because you got to remember, in our first Reconstruction, we actually had mayors and governors and all types of stuff in the first Reconstruction. They don't talk about that. They think that we never really got into politics and we didn't have any shit like that. But we had all of that. But that's why the KKK was
a lot of black congressmen.
Yes,
people don't know that there actually were independent black cities. In America. There were black cities. Black cities from free people.
Hold up, where we going? We talking about Kanye? We going to
no, we just talk. We just go.
Okay, but let me get my thing off.
All right, say your thing.
No, my bad. This is a bad topic, but we could go like so many ways with this.
Yeah.
Right. I think that Kanye's a genius. Did you hear that new song he put out?
No, I haven't heard it yet.
It's called "Lift Yourself." I laughed my ass off when I heard this song. I guess I give it away.
Oh my God.
He pretty much doesn't say anything. And all he says is skippity pop, poop pop, skippity pop. He does a whole, it's like a whole verse goes by and he doesn't say anything. And then he's like, oh, but this next verse, he's being sarcastic. He's just going skippity poop pop. He doesn't, and then the song ends. I started laughing my ass off. I said, he's doing all this shit. What? He's making money. As many Twitter followers or whatnot he lost, he's making money. But he's been gone for like 6-7 months. Then he just jumps up one day and gets on Twitter and everybody's eyes are back on him. That fast.
But he's an icon though, so you can't really.
But that's what I'm saying. He's using that, and he's using that to his advantage because no matter how pissed off people are going to get at you when you're a celebrity, it's just going to bring you more money. He's already in a position to get the money. You know what I did? I listened to all his albums on Spotify that day. That's what I did. I was like, and I also don't understand why people are surprised. Because he's always, like he said in the song T.I., he's always stepped out the box and always goes against the grain. From the first song, even when we don't want to hear that weak shit no more. He said, that's why me and Dame cool, we assholes. He been saying he was an asshole since the first chance he got. So I don't understand why people are even being driven. Why would you get emotionally driven by that? You know what I'm saying? They're looking at all this other shit when he got money to make. Everybody know he was bankrupt. He got to get this flip. So let me piss everybody off. Everybody's going to play my music, and I'll bring these checks in. People are going to want to have him on talk shows. They're going to want to have him. Wow. So I think he's a genius for doing all that. I don't think it's as deep and political as everybody's making it seem. I think he's pulling on people's heartstrings to bring that bread back his way.
Controversy brings about certain people's success.
Look how he came about. Look how he listen to his music. He talks about in the early songs about how Jay was his idol. And he said, I'm going to see you at the show. You get your ticket? Like, I just produced that damn The City Is Mine track, and he had to buy his own ticket. That's a rough way to come up in the music industry because people doubted him so much. Oh, you can't rhyme. Just give me the beats. What'd he do? He started rhyming. They said, hold up, we're gonna put Beans on the album just to make sure, Cam on the drum.
Right.
They need him.
Right.
They didn't need him. They still don't need him.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to understand the mind of someone who has been pushed to the brink of extinction. Listen to this. How he talks about what he had to do with his mom. Go get as the song goes out.
Yeah.
Like all that
With
stuff.
the new song that came.
No,
the college dropout.
Okay. I never listened to the whole album.
You gotta really listen to the whole album front to back.
He will do some big breaks.
A lot of crazy.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff by himself, and it's like, why do I have to listen to y'all? Because y'all didn't give a fuck about me.
Look what he did with his concerts. How do you know that was him behind that mask that whole tour?
Can I break an input?
Yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
Doom be having fake MCs, like MCs that ain't him.
That like threw me off of him, and this is a statement.
Oh,
God. Hurry up and clean it off.
This is a statement along with one of the biggest bars he ever said in his life. He entered a concert and was like, look, I sold my soul to the devil. It was a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, right before you said that, it was like, I want to say rest in peace to my mother because I lost her and she ain't have to be lost.
Yeah, for the surgery.
You know, trying to take yourself and your whole family to the next level.
It's
Come
like,
on, mom, do what they do.
Yeah, she ain't have
Lost
to
his
be
whole
lost.
rock.
You feel me? I could have let her go through a natural trial within putting her in that state. Before putting her in that state and losing her made me give up my all, which was my soul.
Wow. People don't listen,
because
they don't
I felt
listen.
like I had nothing left.
Exactly.
So I gave up my soul. You feel me? That intertwined with my music for riches. But at least it came with this and that and this and that.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, dog, you never had to resort to that.
But people don't, I mean, people don't know what they're going to do till they get, people will say, I'll do this, I'll do that. But you don't know what you're going to do until you get in the situation. You can say, somebody run up on me, try to rob me, until somebody actually run up on you and try to rob you. And then you prove to yourself what you're really going to do.
He felt captive in his own mind.
And don't forget,
yeah, I know, I'm totally agreeing with you. I'm just,
he
you
felt
know,
as a captive in his own
said.
mind. And that shit led him to a point in life where you can't return from.
This is the part that pissed me off though. People act like he didn't go through none of that shit.
Right.
Like he just, like he didn't have anything happen.
Like Ricky Schroeder.
And he's just like some rich spoon kid. Like, no, this man went through a lot of shit.
He went through it all. And that's what made him get to that point of breaking. That's what made him get to that point of, alright, if this is what I gotta use to alleviate, if I gotta give up a part of me to alleviate, which I already lost a part of me losing my mom.
You mean elevate?
No, yeah, to elevate. If I gotta do, if this was gonna make me elevate, I already lost a part of me losing my mom. So if I gotta lose another part of me just to elevate and get where I want to be in life and have that happiness and that joy, I'm gonna do it. But it's that breaking point, and it's everything he went through that made him come to that point. You feel me? And it's like that's why I can't agree with him with it.
Well, I think they're trying to make everybody look crazy too. Look what they did to Dave Chappelle.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you,
you know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm not believing. Like he's just, I don't think he's doing what everybody thinks he's doing.
I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you,
it's not
Kanye,
him. I mean, you can
Kanye
only
is
be
not
a
that
puppet.
strategic. Jay-Z's strategic. 50 Cent is strategic. Kanye, he's not strategic like that. He is really just saying
I
whatever
don't
the
know.
fuck he wants to
He's
say.
not.
But at that point,
no.
in the industry, you can only do what you
Other than
allow.
that, yeah, he's not a,
That's what I'm saying.
that's the best comparison.
Yeah,
You
like,
don't do what you allow.
He was reactionary.
Yeah.
like when 50 Cent come at you, it's because he knows how he trying to make his
he
money.
already
He already know how he gonna end that situation.
But see, that's where certain people, the way they do things, successful people, the way they make their moves is a lot like a
It ain't.
What's
like
separation?
they play chess.
Making a
They play
separation
chess with their community, with their
as deep as him being controlled.
I mean,
by
everything
somebody.
right now. What
I don't
is
think
going
they
on,
chess with their
everything right
relations
now,
with people.
the accident he had going
What
on.
is
I think
the
it's
biggest
just a
thing
publicity
that
stunt.
That's what I'm
Jay-Z
saying, and I don't
50
like,
Cent
for instance,
got over Kanye that
Well,
we know
Gotta
about.
do what you gotta do to make that
They
money.
both were known drug dealers, and that takes a different mentality than someone who was just straight in the beats trying to like make. Oh, I gotta make this strong.
Kanye was a nerd from the suburbs.
Right.
Thank you. So it's a different mentality where these guys had to basically build themselves up.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to strategy or being a genius, I don't know if that's Kanye.
He's made himself his own man, though.
No, he's definitely a genius.
He's like a Jay Dilla.
I know he's a genius with music, but I don't know if he.
You know what I mean?
But the
He can
things
take-
that
he
are
can take
getting into
shit
controversy, he's not a genius with that.
Whether it's quantized or
I'm not saying. I mean,
right?
genius as in when I say he's a genius, I mean it in certain ways.
Marketing.
I don't think everything he does.
Yeah,
is perfect.
exactly.
I think he's a
music
genius.
whiz.
I think he has a musical genius, and I think he's a Gemini. Geminis have the gift of gab.
Yes, we do.
And they have a duality.
Geminis have the gift
Oh,
of
They have
gab.
a, they have a duality about
They
them.
got the gift of nuts too.
So-
Yes, we do.
He's very bold. I don't think he cares. I don't really think he cares.
We got the gift
I
of
don't think he cares what anybody thinks, and I think that he does kind of know what he's doing to a degree. And at the same time, I think it's kind of harsh for people to judge him because, like we just saying, like to be in that situation, I haven't heard anybody with a strong opinion that has as much money as him or has been in the same situation he's been at. Nobody on his level has spoke up, except for T.I. on that song. That was like a real statement. And T.I. was speaking from the side, and I like that song because he did it, and then 2 days later he explained it on the record, making money.
I know we all.
Like he's still gonna make bread. You know what I mean? That man was broke. I don't know if they got something to do with it,
What
but
he did with his clothing line. I mean, to me, it's like into the paradigm that we're living in. Even though he's rich and he's on the top of that paradigm,
yeah.
if they can put this bullshit out,
Right.
why can't I? and make it look the way I want it.
We're talking about Kanye. We're talking about Kanye being a genius, right? He's a genius in every way that you can never think as an individual.
But in that world, they do shit like that all the time.
Calvin Klein is not the top designer anymore, but I bought about 10 pair of his socks in the last 2 months because he just focuses on strategic about making that money.
Yeah.
No, as a genius, Kanye is definitely a genius because, like you say, he's for one, he's a musical genius. Yes, a businessman genius because come on, he has a business. As far as his business, as his brand, his music, his talent, his clothing line. He's a businessman, so by being a businessman, you're already a genius because you have to be a genius to understand how to execute different plans in your business.
No, he's an artist. And
he is an artist, as well as
finds you like a Jay-Z who's a businessman. Not saying he's not a business. Kanye is a business now. But he started out as an artist, somebody like Jay-Z, because he was trying to get on. They see you and they put the team around you and build you. Same thing with Rihanna. Somebody found her little ass in the islands and took her up to fucking Jay-Z.
Yeah, what do you think about...
And Kanye built his team.
What do you think about Kanye's genius he's like a Pharrell almost? Like
yeah,
he makes millions off his sets of beats that producers, engineers have to use to make tracks. And he already did the brainiac work, like took this old song and he took Steely Dan and made Champion. I'm on Guitar Hero playing that shit like
Guitar Hero. He's so crazy.
Huh? See, here's the thing.
I'm not trying to take anything away from him. I'm just saying that I don't think that he is as set. When you in that upper echelon with Jay-Z and Beyonce, I'm sorry, that's their world, and Kanye is in it, and anybody was in that peripheral is going to have success.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Or already had it.
See, here's the thing. When
I mean, because I know Jay Electronica, but they still built themselves straight as an artist, though, too.
See, here's the thing. As a genius, everybody, just because we're not on the same thinking pattern, you're not going to think I'm a genius because you don't think the same as I do. Our thinking pattern is different.
You can look at his brain as a small brain when it's actually a big brain because of the way he talks.
And I can believe that, too. And you can say the same thing with me just because it's not big. And I'm not... What I'm saying is looking at Kanye with the things that he was doing. Now, remind you, when I read up on the remember the thing that kind of blew everything out of proportion with the little skinny white girl when he jumped on stage. They said this motherfucker did this shit 5 times in other countries at award shows and nobody blew it up until that. That's what I'm saying.
So I've been saying that from the first time.
But being an asshole or being a genius, you know 50 Cent is thinking through.
Kid Rock was an asshole,
he's the most successful hater because he strategically hates.
You know,
he
some of the most one of the smartest men in the world is probably on like 10th and Arch right now in a cardboard box. Like genius and how you socialize, they don't go together. They don't go together, and that's why. People who are that smart, they can't function around other people.
I'm gonna piggyback off that.
I'm not saying he's that smart. I'm just saying separate Kanye from this statement. Like
almost rocket scientists went to school for all that shit. It's
like somebody who's super smart cannot tolerate sitting at the bar just having a beer. That's too boring for them.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying that's Kanye, but
Kanye is a genius with music.
In certain things, not everything. I don't think he's a genius with everything, but he does have multiple businesses, and he's. And this is another point I was thinking about today, because I was thinking about the situation. I was like, a lot of, like, you'll get a big artist and they'll get another artist under their wing, right? Like, Wu-Tang had Shaheem.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Everybody, you ever notice that most of the time...
Wu-Tang had Shaheem?
Yeah, that's where he came from.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
If you notice, a lot of rappers that put other rappers on them, other rappers don't always make it. They only ride as long as that major artist rides. Right. But
look at G-Unit.
But Kanye has made himself like, even though it's kind of known that like Jay-Z's like I'm fuck you my bro, but I'm not fucking with you. And it's known that he's not fucking with him, but yet he's still making projects and doing all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
A classic with Jay and Big on it. He still kind of gave him that like, "What's your turn, young boy?
Yeah,
it's my time now."
But he still made himself his own thing. Like, he's a Pete Rock, in my opinion.
Who?
Kanye. He's a Pete Rock.
Okay.
No,
Pete Rock can rhyme and he could make beats.
No, he's right about that.
Pete Rock was the first producer that could make a good rap album. You know what I'm saying?
I would probably associate him more closer to
You can go here.
Eric Sherman.
I think Pete Rock, but I like Pete Rock better than Eric Sherman.
I think and what I'm gonna say it because I just think Pete Rock was a little bit more smooth with his his lyrical.
Yeah, Eric Sermon was the whack one at EPMD.
Yeah, but he still had hard bars. He still had bars.
Exactly, he had bars.
He had bars. Come on now.
Musical mind.
Maybe a couple in one song.
If you're tired, then go take a nap. Like, that wasn't that hot, man. He's like, nah, I'm about to shake and bake.
You got any music on your phone?
Like, it was catchy, but Parrish Smith was putting them bars down. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we know Parrish Smith was the brains on that.
Just for the record, I vote Pete Rock over Eric Sermon.
Hey, look at you. You took all of this to another tangent. You wanted us to stay on Kanye.
Because I'm talking about black folk, and that could go on for like 6 hours. We talking about black stuff.
Yeah.
We talking about black folk. We gonna go through like 3 centuries.
But that's the whole point. That's how I do my show. We don't stay on
thing with
topic.
Kanye, his music has been so influential to people and controversial at the same time. Mm-hmm. If you were a Christian, when he came out with Jesus Walks, you're like, oh my goodness,
that was his first song.
I was at the
that
opening
was a
game.
banging-ass song.
I was at the opening for a
Sixers
game, right? And they had this choir, all white shirts come down all the aisles, and they turned the lights out and said, you're somebody. AI was still playing. And when they just put the lights on them, and they was side to side, you couldn't tell me that whole joint was.
He just drew to that.
He just grabbed the whole another audience.
They was really playing that joint in the club.
I
was like, they were playing church music in the club.
That beat was so fucking high.
$1 million times.
He took Kirk Franklin idea and turned it into rap and then made more.
Yeah.
No, I'm not, and at the same time, I'm not defending.
And you know Kirk Franklin had a porn addiction, so that's what messed up his.
And that's what I'm saying. Everybody got their shit.
Porn, they just looking pussy. Like I didn't know.
Everybody got their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got their vice. Everybody got their vice.
Yeah, right.
And Dave Chappelle says, "Stop worshiping." Like people expect too much of these people.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just people who
let me
can
hit
sing.
you right there.
They just can do shit really good, and people expect too much from them.
Go ahead, brother.
Back to the Kanye situation. So all this stuff, this internet, so I can actually curse. All the shit that Kanye is doing, right? As he just said, us as individuals put too much on them. They're just another person, just like me, just like you, just like all of us, except they have the fame and the money of what they're doing. If I do the same shit, if we do it, they're not going to care. But just because somebody who is at that stature with the celebrity light, with that light shining on them, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big. Just like, let me take it way back when Michael Vick was sitting there and did the little whole dog shit. They blew that shit out of proportion, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they killed him.
Exactly.
His character, not anybody else.
Exactly.
Not
but
the
now,
real part.
But now, if I'm out there and I'm doing my whole thing, not saying I love dogs, I don't do that. Let's just get out there. And if I do it, it's not gonna be that big of a deal because I'm a nobody.
Yeah,
but by you being a somebody, now it's a whole big deal.
Now it's a big deal.
Right.
And back to Kanye, and back to the whole genius thing. Let's just think about it this way: as a genius, if you're on another intellectual level than I am, your social skills is going to be different. Some geniuses, yes, do know how to socialize, and others are just like you said. They don't know how to socialize. They don't know the meaning of it. They don't understand it because it's too basic for their mindset to comprehend.
Yeah.
Because theirs is on another level, and the way that they execute things is just in a weird and more different way, like for real.
Well, at the end of the day, I think with Kanye and the tweets, it's like, oh, so you expect me to believe he wrote every last one of them tweets? I mean, research.
Yes.
I want to see, just like with Trump, I don't believe he writes none of them damn tweets.
No, fuck it. Sidebar, fuck Trump.
No, but he was.
That knows exactly his voice, just like Karl Rove was the same thing for George W. Bush. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of crack that came out his mouth.
It was crack.
And that's why, but here's that thing.
No,
you got a small brain,
and
you got a big brain, and the big brain telling him exactly what to say, and the small brain can't even get the words out.
Because he ain't on that level. He can't comprehend what the hell.
Can't comprehend.
Wait a minute, what?
So he just got somebody thinking for him.
He said there's an old saying in Tennessee, from Jake, you screw me once.
I remember that.
Shame on you. You screw me once, you're not going to screw me
that
again.
That was on Niggas from Paris. Bring it right back to Kanye. Kanye put that on his song.
J. Cole put it in.
Exactly.
You fool me.
He's funny, though.
The boy's funny, man.
Yeah.
Bush was funny when you look back, and then they start doing memes like, yeah, y'all said I was the worst president. Don't y'all want me back now? Like,
well, they had this thing where he was on a Segway. He was riding in the Rose Garden, waving his hand. and he fell off that motherfucker. Secret Service couldn't get to him
Wait,
fast
who is
enough.
this?
Oh, Bush.
Oh yeah.
I was watching it for a week, telling all my friends, I'm sending links. I'm fucking
Hold on.
It ain't even hashtags, and I'm hashtagging.
Wait.
And
My
I went
one,
back.
I'm sorry.
They deleted that video.
My
dog. You can't
favorite
see.
Bush moment all times. I lied to you not. I was living in China for a little bit on a contract. And I was looking at television. I'm like, all right, I'm in a fucking foreign country. Don't know the language, but I'm bored. Let me just go ahead and see what's on TV. Bush is on TV. This motherfucker doing a political joint overseas.
Who?
Bush.
You know,
What? I mean, he
Our-
gotta say,
our media
look,
won't
wait,
show
wait.
everything.
He's
Hold on,
painting
wait.
now. Did you not know he does
No.
art?
No, this is when he was the president. This is when he was the president, right? So he's doing a speech, and this motherfucker in the audience just jumps up.
Oh,
With the
through
shoe?
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh,
and him
Cordy.
on
Cordy.
a show right at him. He was like this.
You.
What? And then kept on.
Secret Service was sleeping on that. But once they seen who that was,
Yo, that was some
that
funny
was
shit.
funny.
But-
They need to throw some
Bush
shit
was
at
doing
Trump.
some crazy stuff too. I had to actually watch.
They need to throw
BBC
some shit at Trump.
Talk about old
hell.
shit.
Fuck
But
Trump.
Bush would walk out of different conferences
have it
and
just sliding
negotiation
off.
meetings. And it was
said,
like he was doing a lot of stuff that Trump was, but at least he was politically connected, so they would squash a lot of it. Whereas with Trump, they keep.
He's ignorant to the fact
No,
of
see-
the normal processes.
No,
Yeah.
but what she's saying,
No, see-
he's still, even though a lot of people don't bang with him, he's still an outsider to a lot
He's
of
an
other
Oh, he
outsider.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Politics is all about being involved.
But see, here's
He's
the
like what Ross Perot would have been if Ross Perot would have won.
Was- yeah,
That's all
yeah,
Ross
yeah.
Perot did was just throw money at that junk.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, if that guy get president, I was a young boy. If he make president, we done.
yeah. See, here's the
Kinda
thing.
seeing that reincarnation right now.
Here's the thing about Trump.
would have been as bad as Donald Trump.
His words, remember the "you people" thing? He
Yeah.
said that easily, but however, during that time, that was as probably outlandish as you would get a politician or soon-to-be politician.
Yeah, it's going
to say
way-
on TV. I'm
it's
talking
going
about
way
80,
overboard,
84, 86,
Yeah,
whatever.
no, about
whatever the
85.
breakdown was. He was almost the equivalent to Trump.
86.
Because you couldn't even say hell on TV.
Yeah, right.
Or
Right.
bitch or- you couldn't do certain things.
Real quick,
All right.
to talk about Trump.
That was
He
the
ran
second.
twice.
Okay, what you want to say about Trump?
Twice. I used to watch.
I mean, what? Listen, since we are on this conversation between, and then I want to obviously introduce you guys.
Most
Matter of fact, I'm gonna save that for after, so we can just go out with the conversation. But just to let you guys, I want to introduce them. You know, I always want to have some type of promotion for people who have businesses and singers, artists, whatever like that. So first off, we have Derek Brown.
Yo.
And tell them where they can find you, what you do, what you
Oh,
got
man.
going on.
I do a lot. When I mean I do a lot, I make magic.
Hey.
My hottest thing right now that you can find me on is Instagram, Voice of DB. And you're like, it's pictures. Why are you saying voice? Because my voice is shining through my pictures, through my work, through everything I do. I'm a trained actor. You see me on TV. You see me in a couple movies if you probably went to some indie things. Right now, I kind of reinforce brands. And when I say that, I take amazing photography. I do amazing editing for videography. And I know behind the scenes. I direct, I move, So right now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I started my company after leaving corporate America a couple years, about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
Great success. First 3 years. I mean, I was doing shows. I had a UN job with Marcus Miller. I was recording Cooper Gooden Senior and Junior.
Okay.
I've been these places.
Okay.
And I almost lost my building, and I did lose the building, and I'm not even gonna lie. I went into a spiral of almost depression, because that was my livelihood, that was my work, my brand, business people around me, my team that I thought was there. They all couldn't do what I did, but that's what made us strong because we all had our collective, strengths. But it just didn't make it, and I wasn't upset. I was 3 years into a 5-year business plan, and 4 years in, I'm making money. But they didn't see that. So, that's what I learned the hardest. And, it took me 2-3 years to kind of even want to take pictures again.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My friend, people are looking at me as the photography editor, photo, actor guy. And I'm sitting here like, I'm just about to get some hot wings.
Yeah.
No, I ain't bring my camera.
I don't even want to wrap my mind
You
around that right now.
You got money
Yeah.
for me? And that's another thing. you would do stuff on the strength. I got you and I come back. You know, and I was dealing with music artists that were on tour with some pretty big artists. I'm talking about the Pharrell level, the that level. You can't tell me you don't have the money. Why I gotta wait for when you come back from tour? I just gave you my blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
Well, it depends because you could get on those tours, but you're paying to get on.
Well,
them.
that's the thing.
Some people are paying.
They wouldn't
I got paid.
I couldn't even get access to the tour at that point. I had already did the videos, the this, that promo, and this, and they're like, "No, I'm taking you on tour with me." And then I look up, and you on tour with some like, I ain't even gonna say white boy, but a different guy than me. It's not even about race. It's it's about.
Oftentimes, and I'm sure oftentimes that be an inside job.
Yeah.
Inside job.
And they want to have.
They
be like, no, you can't have your people. We want you to have your. Yeah. We don't know. It's always some dumb shit, and you probably shoot better than they fucking shoot, but that's their cousin, brother, sister.
And my guy's like, he's like, no, but he's funny, man, and he's yeah. It don't matter.
Yeah.
So I went through that. I've seen both sides of that. I've been behind the door. I've been, So I just take everything that I went through. My family see me. He see me like, D, you ain't shooting no more. I gotta owe him some stuff because he's into music and he's coming up into the industry and he needed the work to get done that I was doing for people. And when he first started, I took all his pictures. First time my images was online magazine was his picture. So he kind of helped.
He is kind of cute.
Kind of from his productivity and his hard work. We come from a very musical family, so we know what it takes. Have famous people in my family, but I'm not just because they're rich and famous don't mean I'm going to be rich and famous.
Exactly. And I think everybody at this, it's outside of me. I think everybody at this table has like at least some type of family or musical background. Right. For me, I'm like the first. I mean, my mother used to sing a little bit, but other than that, there's nobody that knew anything about music. And if they did, they knew about the band. Like, my grandmother would say, oh, we had some of those Delphonics. They used to live across the street, but they're not doing anything. You shouldn't do that. Right. So I always got, like, don't do it, like, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But I believe in youth, and I believe in passion. So I know if I ever have kids, I will be like, listen, you want to do it. Shit. Fuck it. You fuck up. By the time you're 25, you figure out what the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? I'm serious, but they was all trying to leave my life.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And I say,
my grandma didn't want my mom to sing.
Yeah.
Even though, like, she was out there, on the road and all that. But
that was different, though. That was back when Bill Cosby days, and like I said, that's mostly what was going on.
You know what? My mom, my dad was definitely one of the most instrumental individuals to, one, get me started in the music business. Period. Just to learn an instrument altogether. Shout out to them. And my dad was a conga player and a music director. My mom was a singer, and her dad was a conga player.
Makes sense.
And he was a classically trained composer. I mean, he done did work with a lot of different cats out there. God rest his soul as well. But when I wanted to give it up, both my parents was in my ear. Like, look, my dad feeding me music. What you doing? Check this out. Check that out. It was jazz. That was my first love. All right, yeah, I like that. Testing my ear. Who this? Who that? All right, I got you. I'm gonna meet that challenge. My mom like, well, son, what do you want to do? And she already knew.
And that's the question. What do you want to do?
He's a drummer. That's what he's going to do.
I play drums too. That's enough. But wrapping up, everything about me. I had to go through that. When I was at that 4-year stage in the 5-year plan, I'm like, it's working, but
hold on, were you arrogant? Because sometimes there's some people that shoot up, and you see it, it's like you so arrogant, and it's like you have no idea. And the thing is, I'm not against it because I believe there are some people that get it fast, some people that it comes too hard. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I never judge anybody, and I don't try to hold nobody back because I worked harder than you. Fuck you. No, some people just get it like that.
Right. And see, for me, by me having a craft of acting, that is the most degrading rejection. The only other industry worse than the acting is music. Yeah. And I've grown up in both of them. So in acting, I would say, and I would teach it, I would say, until 100 people told you no, you don't got no experience. Did you work hard enough? Did 100 people tell you no?
Yeah.
Because that means you might have to go on 500, 600, 700, maybe 1,000 auditions.
Before you get a yes.
I know somebody who didn't audition for 5 years, but was so damn good. We're like, you better go. And then first one they went, they got it. I know somebody who never trained and walked in for their first time.
God.
Booked
They got
something
it. That's true.
bigger than I've ever done.
Yeah.
So, you know, for me, it's like I started the acting school last year, the Philadelphia Acting Bureau. We're starting back up this year. I'm looking for a space. I'm getting back to my photography roots, getting back to my videography roots. I'm getting back into the social scene. I got invites all over the city to come and just, hey, you coming? Bring your camera. You got money?
Yeah, right? Yeah, I've been in the game too long. You got some money. I only support specific people.
So for me right now, I think I had to fall. When I was at my 4 year out of 5 year, I felt good, even though everybody else felt bad. And I said, look, it took us trial and error. You are not going to succeed if you don't fall down. And I think that's the only thing that kind of got me out of my slump of you know, I could go on Instagram and make the whole world. I got people in Switzerland like, ooh, I love your page.
Yeah.
I've gotten hundreds of them. I love your content.
What was that doing?
You got any money?
Because other than that, like,
so the hardest thing from coming from a 9-to-5 corporate job where I was in charge of maybe 500-600 people to now I have the talent and it shows. How do I get that bi-weekly? Or how do I at least get enough this 1 week so 3 weeks from now when I know I got his gig, how am I going to do this? Do I have to get food? I didn't know. So that was the biggest, I mean, I look at it now and I say I wouldn't change it for nothing. The people I know, I can't go anywhere in this city without anybody knowing me or at least remembering me or seeing me. Or I know them like, hey, you remember when we was playing Flapjack? Kitty Bang Bang? I don't know what it is now, what they call it, but remember me?
But
I was taking
there.
pictures.
Exactly.
So, and like I said, I owe a lot to Reese here, up-and-coming music artist. He has a great single coming out. Just because when I'm not doing nothing, he's like, hey yo, cuz, I need you now. I need you to record something. Can you do it? I got you. You know, it's kind of, you know, keep me on focus. And then when I start seeing something that's cut, let's do it again. Pop, pop.
Sidebar, I do pay him.
Yes, he does pay me.
Shout out to all the artists that pay they support they team.
I told you
they team.
$5 a gas.
$5.
I didn't get there home.
Wait a minute. Gas done went up. $5 to get you up the street.
Or put you back to where you was. I ain't gonna give you no more than you started with, bro. But,
oh my God!
I'm gonna get the part out of here.
No.
I got 2 more. All
right, well, just briefly talk about yourself, so at least they know who you are, how they can find you.
My name is Latif, Latifius Maximus III on Facebook. Teef on the music page on Facebook. Latif.bandcamp.com. LATEEF.bandcamp.com. MC and curator. 4th, 5th, 6th, 12th generation music, you know what I mean? I count the slave songs too, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Getting them the freedom, huh?
Making music since we got over here.
In the water.
But y'all don't realize.
Making music on the boat.
In the water,
children.
Yeah, from Africa to Haiti. From Africa to Haiti to over here. We making music the whole time, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
But yeah, check me out in your Philadelphia area, hopefully in your Los Angeles area, in your Mexico area, in your Dubai area. Like, book me. You know what I mean? I got a passport. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Hey, I can entertain any crowd. 5 or 65, I got you. You
the
know what
most slept on network is making a move.
Oh, yeah. Tall Table Talk with Teef on Tuesdays. That's on Facebook Live, so you can hashtag Tall Table Talk with Teef. You can find that. And on Thursday nights, we're on 98.5 FM, Uptown Radio. It's the most slept on radio show. We on every Thursday. Thank you, Persis. Thank you for showing up to my show last night. I didn't know you was coming.
You know I'm always down to support you guys. You guys are my friends. I've known you guys for years.
Oh, yeah, big time.
You and Kay, people didn't know what to do with y'all in there because y'all was looking sharp last night. And Kay walked in all dressed up. And then you came in. She never
dresses up.
And then when y'all hugged, everybody was looking at y'all like they're bad. Who know? They know each other too.
Aww,
no, we were joking about it earlier. We were like, they didn't know what to do with them two.
I eat a pussy every other night.
I know why.
You seen the teaser, right?
I seen it last night.
And my homegirl, she was sharp too. So they're like, oh, what? Do you know who's cool with them?
I at least know whenever I walk into an event and she's already there, I'm never gonna have trouble finding her.
Yeah, that's true. She's gonna be stunting, man. She gonna be standing out.
Well, you know, especially especially John's. You know, I know I gotta dress up.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know.
No, I really appreciate you coming through, and you looked amazing last night.
Thank you.
You always.
I didn't even know you were performing. Actually, Big Cuz told me about it. And
It's the network, man.
Exactly. And catch you FM Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday night, 98.5 FM. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you came through last week. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like I said, I always try to come through and support you guys. You've always been real with me because it's been definitely in my corner for so many different things. He saved my life probably like 4 times. So, like, definitely, you know, you always have a special place in my heart. So
Likewise.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, meeting y'all.
Always a pleasure,
Reese,
brother.
Reese didn't get a chance
Gonna be in touch.
say his piece.
I know we got time. We got a couple more minutes.
Bounce off this.
All right, close us out, brother.
All right, y'all.
All right.
On to the next adventure.
What's going on, y'all? I go by the name of Reese, R&B singer, recording artist. Up and coming, my single, I Am Reese, is out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Tidal, all that good stuff. I just came off a tour with Aunt Patti LaBelle. She's actually my mentor at this moment, so I'm doing a lot of big and great things in the city right now. On Wednesday, I'll be at College Signing Day. It'll be me, Jendina, Kelly Rowland, Keke Palmer, guest speaker Michelle Obama, Chill Moody. We gonna be lit. Oh yeah. Of course,
You can move to that at one if you want. You know what I mean?
Look good somehow.
Of course.
Obama.
What?
Of course, my cousin Derek Brown's gonna be there recording me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, showing love. Y'all can definitely go get my single "I Am Reese." It's on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Tidal. Go to my website www.reeseworldmusic.com. My Instagram, Reese World Music, and just check me out, man. You know, we grinding out here. It's grind time. I mean.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's fantastic. And where's that show at again? And
The Leocore Center, Wednesday, May 2nd. It's College Signing Day. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Well, what time you think you're going to be on, though?
I go on at 10:30.
Oh, in the morning?
Yeah, it's 10.
I might be able to do that.
It's in the morning?
I told you that, dude.
Yeah.
I would love
He
to.
said not.
Right?
I did not tell you.
I'll be on my joint in the morning.
If y'all wanna get tickets, I think it's called Book Your Room. Wait, I gotta look at the email.
How much are the tickets?
$60.
Okay.
Actually,
College kids?
No, it's
College Signing Day.
It's a convention or something.
Yeah, it's
Well,
convention.
actually, he did.
I did it
the
last
first
year
one,
at
was
the Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
That year, you know, it was definitely a dope event. It was a free event, but this year, you know,
That's what I
stepped
said.
up.
$60 is the last time I seen it.
$60.
It was free.
$60.
You don't need a couple ads.
I want to shout out to my producer, CJ, my manager, Edward Leak, Aunt Patti LaBelle. They're actually in ATL. They're going to be in
So
LA.
that means you really can sing.
Okay. All right.
You
wanna
on
think
that
of
bill? We like, okay. Can you give us a little something?
You know what?
Oh,
All right, come on.
You just started
Come on. I'm ready to take my panties off.
You don't
Dude,
want to
she's
do that.
she's not wearing any. Don't
Come
worry.
on,
She's
you guys-
bullshitting you.
Exactly.
Bullshitting you.
Come on. All right, I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Think of something real quick. You exactly. I told you, like, pull up your stuff on SoundCloud. I want to play one of your songs. At least want to play it out. So I'm just preparing you right now.
I gotta find it. Like I said, it's on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Tidal. I'm gonna find it for you.
Okay.
But you want me to sing something? Let me see. How about this? Girl, I'm in love with you. This ain't the honeymoon. Past the infatuation phase. Right in the thick of love. At times we get sick of love. It seems like we argue every day. I know I misbehaved. You made your mistakes. We both still got room left to grow. And though love sometimes hurt, I still put you first. We'll make this thing work, but I think we should take it slow. We're just ordinary people, 'cause we don't know which way to go. Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's what I thought. Hold on.
Y'all owe us
Hold on.
$25.50.
I ain't gonna get naked right now. I just,
Y'all owe us $25.50. That was a free concert. I'll collect it. Cash App.
Cash App. But if y'all want to get a ticket to Reach Higher Philly, it's called bettermakeroom.org to purchase your ticket, $60.
Okay.
All right.
All
We
right.
gonna be
So
lit in there.
definitely.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
That's one of my cheapest shows.
Right.
What you mean?
That's what's up. Well, congratulations to you, bro.
Yeah,
There's
man,
not a lot of us
definitely.
to be able to make it to that level.
Thank you.
man.
And just to piggyback off of what D said, you know, as an artist, as we all are, as we all been
Yeah.
in this industry, you never know what true work is until you, like he said, been told no.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah.
If you are an artist coming up in the game and you had everything handed to you on the silver platter, hey, Godspeed, you know, congratulations to you. But to see the difference between me and you, I'm not saying I'm better. I'm not saying you're better. What I'm going to say is that I will appreciate it more because of the work that I had to put in. So I understand what it's like to not have nothing and then to work for it. Except you were born into it, you know. So your appreciation and your love and your passion for it, honestly, wouldn't compare to mine because I'm coming from nothing. I had to work for this, and now that I'm here, now that I got here, I'm not letting this go. I'm gonna keep grinding. And the way I look is that, as an up and coming artist, as an artist, period, I will never feel like I know everything. I will never feel like nobody can teach me anything. I'm always looking to learn and listen from my peers, from up and coming artists in the game. Right. Because when you feel like you know everything in this game, that's the moment when you definitely will fail, because you feel like as an individual that you can no longer learn or elevate your intelligence, which is complete ignorance in my opinion.
Right.
And it's true. I think with the social media, it's changed the game a lot.
Oh, it has.
And
No doubt.
I think I'm honestly, I don't know if I won't say I'm an anomaly, but I'm definitely, one of the unicorns as far as how I view different things.
Okay.
But that's another topic. But because of social media, and people do put in work, but what happens is sometimes their heads get big, just the fact that they got that. You know what I mean?
They created the car, but they never started it up.
Yeah, but it's a transition, just like transitioning from women having to be married, and now with internet dating, and then people getting divorced, and people want to live a different life. Things are changing. It's the same thing with music. So now you have people where, like I said, Bill Cosby times, you had to go through that gate. If you couldn't get through that gate, you wasn't going to make it. You know what I mean? Whereas now you could do social media, people like you, get the following. Now you think that you're already on.
You're not.
But you're not.
You're not on unless you
being
really
used.
truly
That's about
understand
it.
how to do your business. And most of the time they don't. And this is coming from the ones that don't understand what they're doing. They just end up getting a lot of fanfare and everything like that. But then they think they're going to get signed overnight. Now, there was a time that was happening.
That was
But what's
happening.
happening?
That was
You
happening.
look at Chief Keef and all them.
Yeah, that was
I
happening.
mean, look at Justin. What's it, Bieber?
Yeah,
Justin Bieber.
that was
He's
YouTube.
like half a Billy.
Yeah, but sometimes how they operate is like now you go to, it's like nah. At the end of the day, it's not going to hurt you. So what? You do an interview or a song with somebody that may not be as big as you or whatever. Especially if you want to stay independent. Do it with every fucking body.
Well, before independent, the word didn't even exist in music.
Oh,
Right.
no.
No, I think it did.
No, it did.
Rockers would do it. Remember,
No, the
Yes,
grunge
they would.
scene. Now listen.
Reputation with
It
Pep
wasn't
Guitar.
as polarized as it is now.
Yeah,
Where you can go
because it
on.
still took a lot of money to
Right,
do it.
right. You
could
can
do
go
that
on.
shit.
You can go
When
on.
you're
on
independent, you're spending
any
more money.
stream, and it can see a list of up and coming new indie artists. We obviously didn't have social media, but we really didn't have no way to. And magazines, unless you drew followers, they're not put you in a damn Word Up magazine.
Right. You know,
I knew everybody in Word Up.
Yeah.
'Cause I had their album.
Yeah, because that was
Not
only,
because of the ball around
but
the
that's
corner.
the only
That's
way you
true,
could
that's
see
true,
them.
that's true.
Right, right.
You see, the
You
thing
had to
of
reach a certain level of popularity
Which is-
to be able to make it
To
into
even,
the...
to even make it on
Which-
99, to
which
have
is so true.
99 tell you, to say
This
your
Bad
name.
Barbie is a prime example.
it's true, you know.
Now I want to know. I know
wanna
she didn't write her
check
rhymes.
out-
Like, come on.
Check out Roxanne Shantae's story. Did y'all see that?
I ain't see
I didn't
that yet.
see
You
the
did talk
story
about it
this
though.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
that out, man.
I mean, I grew up dab smack in the middle of that because when she came out, I'm looking at my cousins like, none of y'all can rap.
Wait.
She
How
has
was-
to be good.
How was she like the killer? She was
That's what I'm
the
saying. Like,
assassin.
she was killing
the whole hip hop game.
dudes, like-
and not made it not once because of the simple fact.
She was a woman.
And then MC Light came up right behind her
Right behind
and got a little crack at the door and
Right
kicked
behind
it.
her, and she kicked that. She bashed that bitch in.
Well, that and Queen Latifah right with her hitting them.
Yeah, man.
She's. I'm sorry.
She was
big,
See-
big shout out to Queen.
Queen was slower,
But
but now
MC,
she blew bigger
MC
once she got
Light,
to the movies.
Light
took that whole scene
and that bullshit
and owned it for decades.
She did. No, she did. A
Everybody,
Roughneck.
every female rapper right now is still trying to match up.
She was already
Turn
down
on.
before Roughneck came in. When Roughneck came back out, she shot back up to
But
the
how
top.
about even to this day, they still can't match
Yeah.
Shantae.
No, they can't.
See, here's the thing about the game now, since we're talking about the media, social media.
Right.
As you said, if you don't have the social media following, that is what basically dictates yourself to labels. You know,
It's
they want
crazy.
to they want to see
It's
they want to
how
see
marketable you
how marketable you are. You know what's your fans like? And,
They
you
don't
know,
wanna think.
they don't want. Technically, I'm going to just say, yeah, they don't want artists. They want somebody. They don't want somebody that's already developed, somebody that's good, somebody that's packaged already, that already know what they want with less following. They want somebody that has, you know, the gimmick that they then can mold into what they
Uzi
want.
Verts of the world. However,
I'm going to say about that because of the simple fact, I had an opportunity with a label. I'm not going to put the I'm not going to put the label name out there, but I had an opportunity with a label. But they loved my music.
Warner
you know, my
Brothers.
producer-
No,
it was not Warner Brothers.
These Nuts Records.
Columbia. Hey, shout out.
Shout out to all the- but no,
Shout out to Sony.
crazy. No, I had a dope. I had
a nice Rockefeller jacket.
Oh my God.
They're just jokes. They're just jokes. I don't know
jokes.
nothing.
They just
I have no
jokes. You know, I'm not bashing no labels, man, because I'm definitely
Well,
love
thank you
labels.
for listening.
Thank you. No, but I definitely had a great opportunity with a label, but they chose not to go with me. They chose to go with a different artist, which is good. I wasn't at the meeting. My producer was, they all loved my music. Said, he's great. He don't need molding. He's just perfect. But he's not what we're looking for. We're going to go with the other artists because of what
So
we
do you
can
think,
make them into.
as far as being a Philadelphian, and this goes right into what you're saying, do you think there's like a crabs in the barrel approach to how it's so hard? Because I'm not going to lie, I've been a lot of places in this country. We have more talent than all of them.
Say, listen, not trying to bad
musically,
man. Like Philly, we the top, man.
Well-rounded.
We have
Memphis
here.
is soulful. Memphis is soulful.
Yeah, man.
Parts of Cali, they're soulful.
Yeah,
they got that. We all know what New York does. Atlanta, soulful.
Wait. No. Let's go there with New York.
Yeah.
Where does New York get their talent from?
Most likely here.
See, here's the thing.
In the
man.
hip hop business, in the music industry.
Not even just in hip hop, just the industry period.
This the industry.
I mean, how you
Even
think
low
Meek?
down
How you think Meek
2006.
got where he's at? Rockefeller was in New York, right? Or Maybach was
Shout
in
out to Meek, man.
whatever.
Atlanta,
However,
that's Rush for
but
Cross.
it kind of went that head office. Wasn't that in New York?
Possibly somebody did something.
Congrats on your freedom.
Yeah.
You know,
Meek.
Right,
Yo,
man.
for
Shout
real.
out
I'm
to
not.
Meek.
I don't know.
Either way, these Atlanta wouldn't be nothing without New York's demise. If New York didn't fall off,
But New York was the industry, and still
Right.
No.
they got.
Let's
It
keep
just
real.
lowered
Let's keep it
down.
real. No. Honestly, and this has been my years and my experience in this industry. A lot of them cats from New York, guess where they go down to? And I'm not trapping on them cats went down to Atlanta and built Atlanta. Atlanta was I'm sorry, but their music
nothing.
industry was weak, and
It's
it was
trash.
only popular to the locals and to the South. New York came down. All of those people that were independent artists and writers and label, even cats from Philly. My family, for God's sakes, down there. What did they do? They built them and put them on the map.
My youngin' coming up,
But
who's
that's
an
because New
amazing
York
rap
was the
artist,
industry. That's where
just
the money
moved to
was at.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
He just moved to Atlanta, and he has roots. I mean, heavy family roots here. I mean, Grammy Award-winning family roots. Why couldn't he make it here? His stuff's
no,
hot.
you're not gonna
He
make it
just
in
went
Philly.
down
You
to
have to
Atlanta a
leave.
couple weeks ago.
I'm sorry.
But I think this is what I think, because I always try to take the positive viewpoint and the natural order of how people think.
Making it Philly, you big as crap.
I'm
Nah.
gonna say if you can make it here,
Bigger
in
than-
Philly, you
you
can make
bigger
it
than-
anywhere.
No,
Because
no,
you're
no,
bigger than
no,
big.
Hold on. Let's just,
Let her get it out.
No. All right, so you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
You live in New York. You
No,
can live anywhere.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
you live in New York. You live in
Okay,
New York.
that too. No, but it's a certain, because New York is just so big, so it's different. I think that, you move to one borough, you away from everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. Whereas Philly, you can't go no fucking where. You see what I'm saying? So, like...
Northeast is the farthest.
And at the end of the day...
I'm in Northeast. Oh, I ain't coming out there. You on the other side. That's damn near the Jersey. No. So I see tomorrow.
At the end of the day, familiarity breeds contempt. Yes. Right? Yes. And I'm speaking from what I see and some of the things that I've been through.
Oh, I'll be in Atlanta in July. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, shout out.
So yeah, but I personally think that happens everywhere. And if you notice, anybody that has made it, they have to move somewhere. And the only reason why is because nobody really wants to know your struggle. Because if they know your struggle, then now you become too human, and you can't be a star when you're human. Exactly. So they're going to do that. But if they know still that you're struggling, like I got people. And this is the thing, because I'm not gonna put nobody's business out on the street. No, because I'm not gonna put nobody's business out on the street. But you'll sit up there and they be like, "Oh, they doing this or whatever," and you ain't doing it. And be like, "Look, I know this motherfucker's still working. He's still working at least 3-4 days a week, and he's doing big events or she's doing big events and stuff. They got a job. You don't know it." But everybody's fucking working.
That's the new age now. It's like,
but it's always fucking been like that. Even when you look at the old Heartbeats motherfuckers that used to do all. You know what? They used to be like, I used to go to work, go to the studio, and we do that shit for 2 fucking years.
There's an identity and there's a phrase for that. And I just made this up. It's called...
That's why you star to other cities and other countries, because they don't know the ins and outs of what you do.
It's called entertainment bourgeoisification.
Oh.
You said
I'm about to pass out. I don't even know what you said.
Bourgeoisification.
Well, explain yourself, brother.
You bougie. You bougie as fat. If you think
bad.
Entertainment bougie. So if you think you bigger than life and you still working a 9-to-5 for somebody else's man, you ain't working for yourself and you got all the answers. That ain't the one to talk to.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's like the one to be like, "Yo, dog, go get my bag."
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I won't say that because the thing is that people are on their way. It's just like if you did multi-level marketing or something like that. No, think about it. If you did multi-level marketing or something like that, they say it's gonna take you at least 3 years before you have that. You can only just live off of that. You know what I mean?
Hold on, peep game. I'm a. What you said was funny as hell, by the way. No, so listen, I'm gonna keep it a bean. You know, like I always do. You know, I'm a very transparent type of person. I keep it 100. You know, ask me questions. I'll tell you what you want to hear, whether you like it or not. As you said, you know, working a 9-to-5. Yes, I've been on tour with Pay the Bell. Yes, I'm doing other shows, big shows. Yes, I am. Am I making money? Yes, I am. Mm-hmm. But I still work a 9-to-5. Yes, I do. Right. Because I'm not at the level of where I want to be, where I feel more comfortable. As in, I'm getting more shows than I need to. That'll support my living for the next 3 months.
That's right.
So he just backed up my story.
That's proper. That's proper. But not you. Don't pump fake.
Yeah.
Like you the dude on the bench, dog, and you acting like you the fucking coach.
Yeah.
Well, that I can agree with.
Like you the owner of the damn team. No, man, don't do that.
Because some people, but when they promote themselves, that's all they put out. Now, not saying everybody is always just saying I'm this super mega star or something like that. But sometimes people feel like, you know, when they know a little bit more, and you got to remember, like, yeah, you opening up for these people. If they don't know you, they be like, oh my God, you're doing this or whatever like that. So this is why you still have, because most people, they work a 9-to-5, that's it. Most people have a business, that's it. And it's a big confusion for people, regular people that don't live this life. Well, why you still working a 9-to-5 and you doing this stuff? It's just a confusion for people, and it's hard for them. So that's why if you do it, you either have to sell yourself to other places, or you have to move.
But I know people who have multiple LLCs doing multiple events, and they still have a 9-to-5, maybe because they have a family.
Yeah,
I'm about to say that. Me personally,
yeah.
When I started my photography company, after I got laid off from corporate America, I jumped in. Because you didn't have a choice, though. I had a choice. Okay. I could probably do something else, but I said, you know what? Fuck them.
I can relate.
I've made these guys too much money, and I'm walking away with a little bag.
Do you mind if I ask what you did?
I was an IT support
He was a
trainer
nerd.
for a large pharmaceutical retail company.
Okay.
He was
So
that
I
boy.
had to know a lot of stuff that the average person, once again, doesn't know. Just like all of us here, I tell my students, everybody does not do what you do. Keep that in. Once you keep that in focus, then that's where that ego may not get to you. Because if you know that you can't do nowhere near what we all are doing here, I'm not going to talk down to you, look down to you. Or that, I mean, that me. Some people will.
I would never
But at
do that.
least I'll understand your mind thought, your process. You can't understand that I gave up a bi-weekly, almost 50, 60,000 a year job where I had a company car, laptop, phone, American Express, to now I got to figure out how I'm going to get paid bi-weekly.
Every day.
You know what?
Or
And-
every day, or how I'm going to get the money in
Or at
3
least
days.
how you gonna
do I
pay your
make a
rent?
stride? Yeah, how am I going to make this
month? You
stride?
got a month to
I
figure
gotta
this
give
shit
up.
out.
I gotta give big ups to the working man. I have to give big ups to the working man. Thank you to my dad and my mom for teaching me the ways. Thank you to my grandfather for teaching me how to be an independent individual. Take your passion, what your passion is, and build on that joke. Even like, look, man, I tried to give up this joke, man. Look, had my daughter, had my family. I said, you know what? Fuck this. I got everything I need.
Right.
God was like, yo, dog, I gave you this gift for a reason.
You don't hear this?
You a drummer. You and your ancestry speak King's
It's in
language.
your blood, yeah.
It's in your blood. So why you gonna go away with that shit?
Yeah.
Nah. And they called me, and my wife was like, or my ex was like, wait a minute, you want to come to Jamaica? I said, yeah, I'm coming to Jamaica.
Right.
Family reunion, jerk,
Do it. Oh, yeah.
oxtails, you name it.
All
I'm
the
getting my
best
life.
jerk chicken, but I've never seen a chicken in Jamaica, and I've been there twice.
Lord have
Real
mercy.
quick, let me-
I haven't been there yet. But wait, she was like, wait a minute, how much was that drum set? I said, oh, it's only this much. And I sent her and my daughter down, paid for that ticket, boom, out my pocket, working man. Working man. She was like, babe, Jamaica's gonna always be here.
Yeah.
Go get that. I still got that set to this day, and it's made me thousands. Thousands.
I can only imagine.
Let me because
So-
what you were saying about the working man. As far as me, like I said, I still do work a 9 to 5, and on my Instagram.
Right.
I'm sorry, in breaking news. This has just come across the wire. Our beloved 76ers have lost 101 to 117 to those cocksucking Boston Celtics.
Are we out of the playoffs?
No, this first game.
No.
Okay.
First game.
Second
All
right.
round.
We all right, we all right.
First game.
We all right.
But however, we lost.
Damn it.
And by the looks of it,
They love getting
Embiid
our
was balling. He had
hopes up and
31
shit.
and 13.
Okay.
We could have got more from
they
the
need more
bench.
production
We
from
needed more
everybody.
from the bench. Bellinelli, he had 11 off the bench.
Yeah,
but
saying about
let's
Reeves.
keep it going.
So, as far as working, like the reason why I still work a 9 to 5 to this day, and even though I'm doing, like I said, all these amazing things, is because all of this stuff is what's fueling my business.
Yeah.
Like, this is how I'm supporting my music, along with making my music money. Because even though I'm making that money comes right back into my business, which goes into studio, branding, promotion. All that stuff costs money. So I have to keep my money flowing. But we'll talk about that another time. But I appreciate y'all for having me on here.
All right, but definitely tell everybody where they can find you at. We're about to go out with Reese's, one of his tracks, which is called I Am.
Which is the single, yeah.
Yeah, so where can they find you at? And there, where can they find you at?
You can find me on www.reeseworldmusic.com, which is my website, and follow me on Instagram at reeseworldmusic. And just stay up to date on everything Reese, man, because I'm out here working, I'm grinding, and we got some big stuff coming. And I'll see y'all Wednesday at College Signing Day at the Leah Card, 10 to 1.
As always, right now, you can find me at most of the events going on across the city. Wherever there's some glitz and glamour, I might be snapping. But if you want to see what that's about, it's going to be Voice of DB on Instagram. Just look me up at Derek Brown on Facebook. But if you're on Instagram, why do I want to see the same damn picture twice? Just go to Instagram, fool. You cocksucker motherfucker.
And here's my single, I Am.
You're on YouTube, bro.
One of a cat that I was in a Grammy band with was the drummer for Patty LaBelle. Young boy at the time.
That was a little bit far.
His first name was Derek, I think.
I don't know. I forgot who's on tour right now.
Well, I'm sure she.
You want to know the crazy
It's
thing?
been years. It's been years.
No, like,
It's been so many years.
No, she's had the same band. There's still people on her band that's been with her for 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah. She keeps the same. She don't change her people. So she's
That's
probably
what
still there.
sometimes.
Oh, this brother was a jazz drummer, so.
Like, so you want to know what the crazy part is? The crazy part is that my dad's second cousin is Nona Hendrix,
Oh, nice.
right? Whose first cousin's with Patti LaBelle. She's been at like 2 or 3 of our family reunions. I met her like once when I was a kid. And I said, no, the world is small. Now you go on tour with
Niggas still hear you talking. Get out.
I'm on surgeon, let me resuscitate you. I am the medication. Original, he's the antichrist who tried to take your human life. I am the first blueprint. He's the copyrights. That's the only reason why he made it in life. I'm the man that you need to be. The God that I got. You're supposed to be bad. You see not too late.